was the boogeyman.
As a matter of fact, it was.
What's going on, horror fanatics? Welcome to I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. As you know, I'm your host and creator of the channel, Marcus, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the future possibility of a Spiral sequel, as Saw producer Oren Coles has given a recent update on the subject. If you haven't done so already, please shoot this video a like. It definitely helps out with the YouTube algorithm a ton, as well as if you happen to be a new viewer to this channel, please shoot that subscribe button as well as that notification icon so you get all the latest content updates to the channel. So earlier in the week, Grant Hermans over at Screen Rant would release this article that would go on to read, Spiral 2 chances get honest update from Chris Rock Saw spinoff producers. Saw franchise producer Oren Coles offers an honest update on the chances of a Spiral 2, confirming a Chris Rock spinoff sequel is not in the works. The success of Saw X has led to a focus on Jigsaw-fronted stories, putting any potential Spiral 2 sequel on the back burner. Spiral received mixed reviews and was the lowest grossing installment in the franchise, making a sequel less likely for now. Despite this, the door is still open for more stories with the spin-off's characters, as the film ended on a cliffhanger and there are unresolved plot lines. With Jigsaw's return proving to be a massive success for the franchise, Oren Coles offers a disappointing update on the chances of a Spiral 2. The 2021 movie served as a spin-off of the iconic horror franchise, starring Chris Rock as a detective investigating a string of deaths seemingly connected to the Jigsaw killer. Spiral, which was based on a story concept from Rock, was only a modest success, grossing just over $40 million against its $20 million budget, while garnering mixed reviews from critics. While speaking with Game Radar's SFX magazine for Saw X and the in development Saw 11, Coles was asked about the chances of a Spiral 2. The franchise producer indicated that while a sequel is possible to the Rock-led spinoff, any such development will remain on the back burner as they focus on Jigsaw-fronted stories, thanks to the success of the 2023 sequel. See what Coles said below. Maybe one day we'll come back to doing a sequel. Chris Rock would love to do one, but our focus, because of the success and the response to Saw X, is Saw 11. Does Spiral 2 need to happen? Though it could be seen as too much of a safe bet for the property, Coles and his team's decision to focus solely on developing Saw 11 makes sense. The recently released Saw X was not only the highest grossing sequel since 2010's The Final Chapter, but also broke the franchise's record for becoming the first to score a fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Even more impressive was that these positive reviews were high enough to score the certified fresh rating on the review aggregate, currently sitting at an 80% approval rating from critics, while also landing the highest audience score at 89%. In addition to the recent movie success, the other hurdle for a potential Spiral 2 is its own performance. While not the worst reviewed movie in the franchise, its socially conscious story failed to fully break the franchise free from its predictable formula, ultimately netting it a 37% approval rating from critics. Though audiences were more favorable with a 75% rating, this didn't translate to much at the box office, as Spiral became the lowest grossing installment to date. Part of this was attributed to the spinoff hitting theaters as they struggled to bounce back from the COVID-19 pandemic, though the negative reviews were also deemed a factor in its lackluster performance. While its critical and commercial underperformance may have deterred Coles and Twisted Pictures from developing Spiral 2 for the time being, there's still room for it to happen. The first Spiral ended on a major cliffhanger for Rock, Zeke, and the new killer, Maxminghella's William Emerson, who successfully escaped after his final trap was set to kill Samuelljackson's Marcus. Whether this results in a heated search from Zeke akin to that of Scott Patterson's Agent Strom, or the actual Jigsaw apprentices looking to learn more about the killer, appropriating their ideals and methods, the door is open for more stories to tell with the Spiral characters should the producers decide to return to them. Okay everyone, so this is a subject that I was interested in knowing about. Given the success of Saw X and the announcement of Saw 11, will there be a Spiral 2 based off of the facts of the cliffhanger ending that we got, as well as the fact that the killer's motive for taking up the Jigsaw mantle takes place in the original timeline of events? And now I have my answer, as Oren Coles has stated that they are focusing on Saw 11 but that the door is still open in the future for Spiral 2. Chris Rock would love to come back and do it, so on and so forth. So that is definitely good news if you are a fan of Spiral, which I have to say, this route by the creative team and studio wasn't a surprise, given how successful and well received Saw X has been compared to Spiral, which, as was mentioned, underperformed to mixed reviews. However, if you are a fan of Spiral, as I am, this statement by Oren Coles is promising news that a sequel can and will happen in the future. But even more importantly, Coles sees that there is still a story left to tell with Spiral, as if he didn't, I doubt he would entertain the possibility of a sequel even in the slightest bit. Now, though the door is still open for a potential Spiral sequel down the road, this could be subject to change based on the success of Saw 11, but more importantly, how the story for Saw 11 plays out. That could set up future films and storylines that may not connect with Spiral, or may be more favorable to explore over Spiral's story. Once Saw 11 is released, we may have a clearer picture of whether or not a Spiral sequel could come sooner, later, or be scrapped completely. But okay, everyone, that is it for this video. Leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts on Oren Coles' comments about a future Spiral sequel, as well as let me know if you'd like to see a Spiral sequel in the future. Once again, this is I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. I'm your host and creator of the channel, Marcus. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon. Thank you all for watching.